Well, hey, rail fans and model railroaders. Welcome back to another episode of Getting Back on Track with Steve
and Roxy. So a little while back, we saw in the local paper that there was going to be a model railroading club having an open house in our area.
So we thought we'd go ahead and hop on over there and take a look to see what it was they were doing, what kind of layout they may have, and maybe get a little inspiration and find ways that we could get involved.
So why don't you come along with us? We'll check out this footage of this really cool model railroad layout.
So the Litchfield Model Railroad Club has been working on this layout for quite some time, and my understanding is the club president began this build on his own, and members have since joined and helped him work on it. There's a couple of main lines that run around, and what I found really interesting on this is their use of these tunnels to get to different sections of the track. It's got some really great detail. There's lots of really good buildings, and if you really look, you can see all kinds of details setting around just in little bits of junk laying by the tracks and old ties and pallets and lots of little details that add to the realism. So this grain elevator is really nice too. I haven't seen one that has the big long building all the way across the top of the silos, but I think it looks pretty good. But this section was a big old loop around. Now coming around from that section, we're going to go down along here. The main line runs down across this ravine, and there's some guys sitting down enjoying the day, just sitting down by the water having a good time. It's a really nice bridge. They did a great job on this. We come around and we get back to where the tunnels come out for this section. And you can see the two lines that came around, and then there's two lines that go around to the other side. I thought this was a really good use on the tunnels. It really lends to the feeling that you're traveling. But lots of good rock work, lots of bushes, and they painted the backdrop by hand. And this scene I really loved. They had a derailment, so they got the equipment all down there working on cleaning up. I thought that was a real good detail. But the track work is really nice. I like how they did all the work on it. The crossovers look good, and everything just makes good sense the way it's set up. Here's another good detail. This peninsula runs out and off from the middle of the layout, and this is really nice. So this building here is a big factory, but you'll see there's two sets of tracks that run into the building and they pass through it. It appears that they'll run off into a yard on the other side. And what's interesting, get to the other side, there's another building like this with the same setup, and it just really looks good the way it comes together. And of course, you got the little town over here. Got a lot of transfer buildings going on and a main street. And this is really a fun layout. Lots of people running around. One guy's falling over there. I like these vehicles real well too. And then back over to the factory, which is really neat looking. Here on the other side from the factory and the peninsula area, they have a big railroad yard set up, and they have lots of stock sitting out here and locos, so it looks pretty good. It's got a lot of tracks in here. And it looks like it goes on forever. They utilize some mirrors on the end there to make it look like it's just really going off in the distance. This harbor scene was pretty neat too. And this is the end of the layout where they're still working on a lot of it. They've got a lot of mock-up buildings in place, and it's really pretty spectacular. And I like this bridge to nowhere. It just kind of gives you an idea of the trackage that's around the area. There's really nice work on this bridge. And this is the area they're still working on. Got a lot to do here and lots of mock-ups. And this is pretty fun. This is titled off on here. The sign says the Chicago River. Oh, what a murky mess that is. All kinds of junk down in the water. And here's a familiar looking bridge. More mock-ups and transfer buildings. This is for an ice house. Here you got the Illinois Central. And this is the other side of that factory that passes through. To me, this is just such a great scene and a great use of space. Then as we pan over, they have a quarry industry over here. I think they did a really good job with. You got all your different piles of aggregate sitting up there. You got the tracks running up for loading up all the cars. All kinds of vehicles just stuck everywhere. And here down at the end is they have a big quarry pit. Some kids down there swimming. I think this is a really good use of this space here. I think they did a great job of this. I think I may try to incorporate some of this over by the swing bridge area. I think we can fit something like this in. Here's another look at the rail yard. I was really impressed by this. This is really, really pretty spectacular to me. Lots of tracks. Everything nice and spaced correctly. And I love how they use the mirrors on the end because it really looks like it just goes on forever. Really glad we came down and found this club, and it's within 30 minutes of my house.
Well, there you go. We're super excited to find out that there's such a great model railroading club right near our home.
And it was so much fun. We went over there with an interesting bunch of guys. We got a chance to speak with the president of the club, and he invited us to come on back and get involved with the club. Now, they get activities with NMRA within the Illinois area and the Missouri area. So it's something we may go ahead and pursue.
It was such an inspiration to see all the cool stuff they're working on. It gave us so many ideas for our layout and the things that we could possibly do with it.
Yeah. So with that being said, you guys have a good time working on your layouts and running your model trains.
Hit the bell and like and subscribe so you're notified of our next video.
And we'll see you next time here on Getting Back on Track with Steve
and Roxy. Bye, guys.
Bye, all.